Hi and welcome to our video for anxiety. So I guess the fact that you're watching this means that you're feeling a little bit anxious. So I know that feeling, I've been there. I was acutely anxious a few years ago now where I couldn't leave the house and had to stop working, so I get how it feels. It's not very nice. One of the things that really pulled me out of that period of time was yoga, actually. There are a few other things as well. A regular yoga nidra practice, getting my hands in the earth, like quite literally just doing some gardening was really powerful. And also swimming in the sea, actually. So there are many things, and actually on my website is a section in the self-help for anxiety, which has got some tips on there. But in terms of yoga, let's come down to lie. Make sure you're wearing something comfortable. You might need to have, or it might be helpful to have a cushion and a blanket to hand. So we'll start in the corpse pose, okay? So sometimes it's not great just being still, but we'll be still if we can, just for a short while, just to start connecting with the body and the breath. So I want you to really feel that your body is in contact with the earth, like there is some solidity there. Mother Earth is beneath you. It might not be grass or soil, it might be tiles or carpet, but nonetheless, she's there, we're here. Your body dropping onto the earth. Just notice the body, really notice the body. Feel the weight of your body on the earth. And notice your breath, so notice the breath. And let's begin to deepen the breath. So if we can, breathing in and out through the nose. Those of you familiar with Ujjayi breath, engaging Ujjayi breath. Otherwise, if that means nothing to you, don't worry about that. Just focus on breathing in and out through the nose. So we're deepening the breath on the inhalation, expanding particularly into your rib cage if you can. Rib cage expanding outwards and lifting upwards, and then releasing on the exhalation. So just a few rounds here. Good, okay, and then let's begin moving the body a bit. So let's take an inhalation, let's draw the knees in towards the chest. So knees in towards the chest, maybe massage your back a little bit on the floor. And then depending how it feels for you today, so you might just roll to the right side of the body and push up, or you might cross your ankles, reach for your feet, and take an inhalation and come up from there. And then we're going to sit, okay? So this is when sitting up on a cushion can be very helpful. If sitting is not great for you, as in sitting cross-legged, ideally we kind of want the knees lower than the hips, so that's why you can even sit up on another, like a blanket or something as well, so your hips are higher. Or you could just kneel, or just stretch the legs out, whatever. Okay, so let's come into a few rounds of alternate nostril breathing. This breathing exercise is, in my opinion, really powerful in helping to shift how we're feeling, like from an anxious perspective to a more, or a less anxious perspective then. Let's see. So let's fold the index finger and middle finger of the right hand into the palm of the right hand. Then we'll extend through the little finger and the ring finger and the thumb. And we'll bring the thumb to the right nostril and the ring finger to the left nostril. Now sometimes it's challenging to breathe only through one nostril. So it might be that you just don't do this practice if that's going to cause you more stress and anxiety, in which case just rest your hand down. But otherwise, closing down the eyes, let's synchronize the breath. So let's all release breath from body, complete exhalation. And then let's inhale through both nostrils. Close right, exhale left. Inhaling left. Closing left, exhale right. Inhaling right. Closing right, exhaling left. Inhaling left. Closing left, exhaling right. Stay with the practice, inhaling right. Closing right, exhaling left. Inhaling left. Closing left, exhaling right. Inhaling right. Closing right and exhaling left. And then releasing that right hand down. Noticing how you're feeling. Sometimes you feel lighter and cooler, and the mind has quietened, the monkey mind has quietened a little. Okay, let's open the eyes and let's come up onto all fours from here. So you could take a blanket underneath your knees if you wanted to, otherwise knees on the mat. Shoulders or hands shoulder distance apart. So let's move through cat-cow. So we'll breathe in and lift the chest, lift the sitting bones. And we'll breathe out, rounding the back, chin to the chest, tailbone to the floor. Inhaling, the tummy softens, broadening through the chest. Exhaling, rounding the back body, tummy active. So as you inhale, the tummy softens so that you can create this lift through the chest, through the sitting bones. And then on the exhalation, press the back of the heart up towards the ceiling. Let's free our wings. So let's inhale, soften the tummy down, lifting the chest. And exhale, let's round the back. Carry on like this, or on your inhalation now, lift your right leg, pointing the toes, chest lifts. And exhale, round the back. Let's bring the knee towards the forehead. Inhaling, extending that right leg, chest lifts. Exhaling, knee to forehead, forehead to knee. Inhaling again, extending, pointing the toes, and exhale, rounding the back, back of heart to ceiling, knee lifts. Inhale, extend that right leg. And this time exhale the knee onto the mat. Inhaling the left leg up, pointing the toes. Exhaling, knee to forehead, forehead to knee. Inhaling, extending that left leg. Exhaling, rounding your back, back of heart, pressing up. Inhaling, extending. Exhaling, rounding your back. One more, lengthening, inhaling the left leg. And then exhale the knee down onto the mat. From here, let's extend the right leg back, so make sure your right foot's on the mat. Let's really press through that right heel and feel that we're lengthening the crown of the head in the opposite direction. Press the hands down. Start to engage through your core. Take an inhalation and exhale, plank pose, Samtalanasana. Now if this is too strong, bring the knees down. Otherwise, really using this to help engage the body. Really dropping awareness into the body, feeling your body, hands on the earth, heels pressing back, tummy active, crown of head extending forward. And then let's exhale the knees down onto the mat. Let's drop the sitting bones towards the heels and press the hands down from here, so elbow joints lifted away from the mat. Breathe. Okay, and then we're going to take an inhalation, come forward, tucking the toes under, and exhaling, let's lift the knees away from the mat. Let's keep the knees bent and ground the hands down onto the floor, lengthen through your sideways, shoulder blades apart. Lift through the sitting bones, and then when you feel like you've got as much length as you can through the arms and through the back, let's start to straighten the legs. Now, it doesn't always feel that comfortable, so you might keep the knees bent, you might just walk on the spot, releasing through the back of one leg and then the back of the other, before coming into the pose statically and really feeling your body again, so your hands on the mat, your feet on the mat, maybe you feel sensation through the backs of your legs, encouraging a grounding. Now we're going to take an inhalation, lift the right foot away from the mat. And we're going to exhale, bring the right foot towards the right thumb. Now if you can do that in one move, do. If not, just pick the foot up and bring it towards that right thumb, okay? And then we'll just come up onto the fingertips and we'll press through that left knee, or more so the left heel, sorry. So press the left heel back and press the right foot down and lift the chest. So really feel that right foot grounded down to the earth. And then let's swing the left heel towards the middle of the mat and spread the toes. So all toes spread. Reach the left hand forward, right knee still on top of right ankle. And inhale into warrior two, so Virabhadrasana 2. Okay, so a real grounding pose. And I find sometimes when I'm feeling anxious or when I have felt anxious, my life has lacked some grounding, like my energy isn't very grounded. So let's ground down, that right foot down, and then I feel like shaky because I don't feel solidly like connected to the earth. Let's extend between the fingertips. Heart open, okay, there's also a tendency to start closing down the heart. And we buy into the anxiety, but really we want to like let that fear go and get more into the heart. Love, not fear is the mantra. Okay, turn your head maybe to look out over the middle finger on that right hand. Brilliant. And then let's take the left hand down the back of the left leg, turn the right palm to face up. Take an inhalation. Let's just start to open into this sideways and through the heart, so the heart's expansive here. And then we'll inhale back to warrior two and exhaling the right forearm to the right thigh and the left hand towards the ceiling. Utthita Parsvakonasana. You may stay here, depending on how you're feeling. Right hand or right fingertips to the inside of that right ankle there. Left arm or left hand down and then spinning the left arm over the left ear, reaching the left fingertips to where the wall ahead of you meets the ceiling. And then leaning back a little, tucking or lengthening that right sitting bone towards the left heel. Chin in towards that left armpit if that works for your neck, otherwise just look ahead. So opening into the heart, grounding the feet down, feel that left foot on the earth. And then if you're looking back, look down, take an inhalation, start to come up from here and exhale the hands down and just pop the left knee down onto the mat. Okay, so right knee above the right ankle here, hands to the heart. So working again with this kind of, with the core energy center here, where often the anxiety resides. So we'll take an inhalation and exhale. Let's bring that left elbow to the outer right thigh, hands pressing together. Twisting, if you're menstruating, please be very mindful of your twist. If you feel that you want to go a bit deeper, I say deeper, just take it to a different experience, then tuck the left toes under and lift that left knee away from the mat. Extend through that left heel, breathing. Good, and then we'll take an inhalation here and exhale, releasing the twist. Hands down onto the mat. Left toes tucking under if they're not already. Take an inhalation and exhale back into downward facing dog. Okay, and then we're going to do that all over again on the other side. So you stay where you are, but I'm going to change direction so I don't have my back to you. So now we're going to take an inhalation, lift the left foot, and exhale the left foot to your left thumb, or just take it there. Coming up onto the fingertips, lifting the chest, really grounding that left foot down and pressing through the right heel. So opening through the heart, broadening through the collarbones, breathing of course, and then let's just swivel that right heel to the middle of the mat. So the heel is turned out slightly. Keep the left knee on top of the left ankle, reach the right hand forward, and inhale into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So extend between the fingertips. Let's be brave. Let's open our heart. Let's ground the feet down. So pressing the feet down, but lifting up at the same time. And turning your head so that you're looking out over the middle finger on that left hand. Trying not to, she says, lean to the right any more than you are to the left. And then let's take the right hand down the back of the right leg. Turn the left palm up. Take an inhalation, lengthen through your sideways, so keep pressing the feet down. Be mindful of pressing into the back of your right knee incidentally. And then we'll take an inhalation, come back into Warrior 2, and exhaling left forearm to left thigh, right hand towards the ceiling. And we might just stay here, this is fine. Or left fingertips to the inside of the left ankle, right hand down, and arm over the ear. And then we might direct that left sitting bone towards the right heel. Let's make sure you're not overextending yourself. But you're grounding down, okay, and you're breathing, steady breath. And then if you're looking back, look down. Let's press into the feet. Let's inhale up and exhale the hands down and the right knee down onto the mat, hands to the heart. So you take your inhalation, Exhale, let's twist to the left. So right elbow to outer left thigh this time. Stay there or tuck your right toes under. And inhale the right knee away from the mat. Press through that right heel, shoulders down, extending through the crown of the head. Okay, let's take an inhalation to lengthen. And exhale, let's release from the twist, dropping maybe that right knee down. And then we're going to press the hands down, take an inhalation and exhale, coming back into downward facing dog. From here, let's inhale the right foot up and exhale the right foot halfway towards the right hand. Let's come all the way up from there, okay? And let's extend the hands down either side of the legs there, of your side even. So fingertips reaching down towards the mat. And then we're going to lean the chest forward, right foot's flat to the mat. And you're going to inhale into warrior 3, the left foot, she says, it's quite difficult to know, up to hip height, trying to keep the lower back nice and level, fingers reaching back, and then depending on how it feels for you, hands to the side, like Superman, or if you're feeling really hardcore, reaching, losing the balance, reaching your hands forward as you equally press back through that left heel. Breathing, don't forget to breathe, please don't forget to breathe. Brilliant. And then from here on an exhalation, hands down, step it back into downward facing dog. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So we'll inhale the left foot up and exhale the left foot halfway towards your hands. Coming up from there, starting with the fingertips reaching down. Okay, leaning the chest forward. I feel a degree of pressure here. Let's inhale, she says. Right foot away from the mat, right toes turned down, press through the right heel, extend the crown of the head forward, stay here, hands are out to the side or forward into our capital T-shaped position. Really pressing back through that back heel, so the left foot grounded to the earth, breathing, feeling the temperature rising. You're alive, it's great. Okay, take an inhalation, hands down, and exhaling downward facing dog. And then there's a kind of counterpose to that really, but it's probably feeling very alive right now. Let's inhale the right foot up, and let's exhale into pigeon. So right knee to the right side of that right wrist, right foot active. Walk the left foot back, come onto your fingertips, take a breath in, and let's breathe out, get down low to the earth again. So really low to the earth, drawing that right hip back here, trying to keep the lower back level again as much as you can anyway. And breathe, so really drop the awareness into the breath. And just notice what's happening for you now. So what's happening for you? Are you feeling sensation in the body? And how about the mind? What's going on in your mind? Is there a story? Is there a narrative then? Thinking. It shows up so clearly in our practice actually. Sometimes we can be just so consumed by thoughts that it's exhausting and it creates the anxiety for us as well. And we forget that these are just thoughts, they just come and go. We just need to learn not to give them energy, so they arise, abide, dissolve. Just sometimes we get caught up in the abiding within them and they hold us in their grasp. So just trying to let them go. One of the ways that I used to do this actually, because I used to be consumed by thought during relaxation when I first started practicing yoga, was to see myself placing thoughts into little carriages of trains and then just watching the train disappearing off with these endless thoughts in the endless carriages. It helped actually. Okay, so let's take an inhalation from here, lifting the head and chest. And exhale, walk the hands back, tuck the back toes under. Let's inhale, extend that right leg up. And exhale, release it down. And then we'll inhale, lift the left foot up. And exhale, let's take pigeon. Ekapada Rajakopatasana. I find it's a really wonderful name pose. Okay, take an inhalation, lift the chest, and exhale, walk the hands forward from here. Can often create some discomfort for us, this pose. Anxiety creates discomfort. So let's see if we can sit with the discomfort in our yoga practice, it in theory should help us to be able to sit with it more so in our life generally. So let's draw the outer left hip back. Let's reach that right foot back. Let's soften into it if that's possible. So this whole thinking, thoughts, it fascinates me actually, because our thoughts create our behaviour patterns and our tendencies, and some of these are laid down in childhood and then we just continuously give them energy, so we're just encouraging that groove, that samskara then, so that we just keep repeating what we've done previously, and we don't know any different way of being because those thinking patterns have been with us for so long, and the behaviour patterns and everything else, that we just think that that's how it is until we start noticing them and we start letting them go and we notice how transformative that is. But sometimes it's difficult to do that because we are entering into the unknown. So we have the breath, that's a fairly constant in our life. So really, really drop the awareness to the breath, because that's happening right now, the breath. In the breath comes and out it goes. And then let's take an inhalation, lift the head and chest. And let's exhale, walk the hands back, tuck the back toes under, take an inhalation, press down, release that left leg up, and then you can release on your exhalation that left foot down onto the mat. And then from here, let's inhale, lift the head, and exhale, walk the feet towards the hands so that you can come down to sit in Dandasana. So stick pose or staff pose, extend the hands, or extend the legs forward actually, hands down either side of your hips. So I guess this does depend a little bit on the length of your arms and your body, whether you can press the hands down without the ears coming up or the shoulders coming up towards the ears. So please don't worry if this isn't what you look like right now. In fact, I'd be slightly concerned if you did look like me right now, thinking about it. Okay, so we'll press the legs down, press the hands down, lift the chest, broadening. So here we are on the earth again, and then we'll release in terms of inhaling the hands towards the ceiling, and then exhale, take Paschimottanasana, so hands going wherever you can reach. Take another inhalation, lift the head and chest, and exhaling, coming forward from here. So let's not forget that I've been practicing yoga for a long, long time, daily for a long, long time. So I have a degree of flexibility that you may not have right now. So if you are somewhere like this, this is fine, okay? Just close the eyes regardless and internalize the awareness. And when I say internalize the awareness, really notice what's going on in the body for you. And notice the breath as well. So really breathe with awareness. Okay, let's release any bind. Let's extend the hands forward and let's take an inhalation, reach all the way up. And exhale, release your hands down. Stay as you are. We're going to take the hands to the back of the body and bend the knees, bringing the feet flat to the mat about, say, hip distance apart. If it doesn't work for you, hands this way, turn them the other way. Ground the hands down. We're going to come up and down into tabletop. So it's one of the 5 Tibetans actually. It helps to really kind of release energy blockages. So press hands and feet down, take an inhalation and exhale, let's press up. Inhaling, buttocks down. Exhaling, pressing up. Inhaling, buttocks down. Exhaling up. Inhaling, buttocks down. Exhaling up. Inhaling, buttocks down. Exhaling up. Inhaling, coming down from here. And then we'll exhale the feet together. Hands to the back of your thighs here. Lift the chest and inhale, let's lift the feet away from the mat. Let's take Navasana, the boat pose. So from here, stay like this or hands out. Lift the chest. So this pose takes you to the very core of your being. See if you can lift the corners of your mouth as well with a sense of joy in your heart. Here we are, encouraging more heat then, fire in the body. Okay, on an exhalation, feet down onto the mat, hands either side of your hips, and inhale, lift the buttocks up before bringing them back down onto the mat. Have space behind you, as you come down to lie, so feet hip distance again, arms out. Let's take an inhalation, and exhale, come all the way down to lie on your back. Here we are, again, earth beneath you. You can feel safe and secure with that knowledge. So align your feet hip distance, ankles underneath the knees, hands down, press the feet down, lift the pubic bone towards the belly button, take an inhalation and exhale, unroll your spine away from the mat, lift the hips towards the ceiling, Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Again, let's embrace the heart. Take the hands together if you can, wiggle from one shoulder to the other shoulder, press the arms down, press the feet down as well. It's a grounding pose. Press the feet down, really use the solidity of the earth to support you here. Opening into the heart, breathing into your chest cavity, feet still pressing onto the earth. Good, and then on an exhalation, hands apart and unrolling your spine back down onto the mat, one vertebra at a time if you can, lower back down. Extend the left leg on the earth and inhale the right knee in towards your chest. And then let's take hold of the back of the right leg and extend through that right heel. So certainly when I've suffered with anxiety, there has been a complete lack of grounding, but it's also been an indication that something isn't quite right in my life. So these practices have helped me to really kind of drop into my own space and listen more clearly to what my body is trying to tell me, if only my mind wasn't quite so hectic. So from here you might even be able to reach your right foot, possibly, maybe not. Just see where you're at. But Supta Padangusthasana, and what you could do here actually as well, if you wanted to, of course, is take an inhalation and exhale the nose towards that right knee while still pressing the left leg down onto the mat. Shoulders down, however, and please don't hold your breath. So here, just really encouraging a grounding and opening through the energy channels at the back of that right leg, and also engaging your core, so connecting upper and lower parts of your body. And then on an exhalation, let's release down from here, releasing that right leg down, pressing the lower ribs down in the process. Right leg should feel a bit longer than your left leg now. And then look, we'll balance ourselves out, right? So we'll inhale the left knee in towards the chest, just hugging that left knee in, pressing that right leg down. And then we'll lengthen through the back of that left leg now, so extend the heel towards the ceiling, just finding a length that might be different from one side to the other. I find rescue remedy is really helpful, one of the Bach floral remedies as well. It depends how anxious you are, I guess. So that can help, certainly. And there's this marvellous book by Gabrielle Bernstein, I think that's her name, The Universe Has Your Back. And that's where that whole concept of love, not fear, comes in. And that was hugely helpful to me at some parts of my life, or times, I should say, during my life. So again, you might stay here, or you might take an inhalation and exhale your nose towards that left knee, keeping the right leg pressing down onto the earth. And then on an exhalation, we'll release the head back down, lower back presses down, lower ribs down as we lower that left leg down onto the mat. And then let's inhale both knees in towards the chest now. And then let's work again with our core. So just really trying to connect to this area of the body As we take the hands out towards the sides of the mat, keep the knees plugging together so it's a core strengthener as well as a twist. So actually, again, I should make a point, if you're menstruating, just please be mindful with twisting, okay? You might just bring your feet down and drop the knees from side to side. Otherwise, we'll take an inhalation and we'll exhale, the knees hover over towards the left elbow with that right shoulder down. Inhale the knees to the centre, still together, so there's some control there. And exhale, knees towards the right elbow, left shoulder down. Inhale to the centre. Exhale, knees hover. Okay, so don't come onto the earth, they hover over to the left. Inhale to the centre. And exhale, they hover over to the right. Inhale to the centre. Let's take one more round. Exhale, hover knees to left, head to right. Inhaling to the centre. And last one, exhale, knees over to your right, head to the left. Inhale back to the centre. And from here, we're going to exhale, come into corpse pose. So shoulders down, away from the ears, feet about hip distance apart. And you know what I'd really recommend you do now is, if you can, switch the videos and go and do the chakra balancing guided relaxation. And if you have crystals, lay the crystals on corresponding chakras as well to really help balance the energy within the body. Okay, but otherwise, a really nice thing to do would just be to bring your hands onto your tummy. If you're Reiki attuned, then fabulous, give yourself some Reiki. But just rest and try and bring the awareness, allow the awareness to reside in the heart space. So transform this feeling of anxiety that for many is in the navel centre. For some, of course, I do appreciate it's also in the heart already. If it's in the navel centre, let's lift the energy up into the heart, where all is well. Okay, and let's just be okay with what's going on. Feeling the earth beneath you. You're supported, protected. You've got your little guardian angels looking out for you. You're here, you're listening to this video. That's a step in the right direction. Okay, so stay here for as long as you can, just resting or listening to one of the other relaxations. And I hope to see you again soon, so thank you. Namaste.